Hi, everybody. A warm welcome to everyone worldwide. And I hope you enjoy your Saturday. It's really amazing, the energies right now. And it is beginning worldwide. And it's about to get more and more crazy. So today we will speak about the energies and from a spiritual perspective, what will happen next. But first, a warm welcome to everybody here live. And if you have any question and I could help you, then please type it out here in the chat and also share from where you are and join us together in this live stream. Hi, Bonnie, Larry, and Wincher, and Seymour, and everybody. So happy to connect with you. The time is intense, and we see with Putin and Trump in Alaska, nothing is really going on, but there's a lot going on at the same time. And it is really amazing on the energetic level what is happening right now. It is about illusions, it is about deceptions, and it is about the truth. And the main question is, who are you? That is the most important, because you have to decide. You have to decide, do you play the old game, or are you really ready to leave the old structures and really ready to tune into a higher consciousness, new earth? It is really um, about our decision that is now needed. And we see the old structures are crumbling more and more. It's really amazing. And the deep state is also very frightened. What is happening next? Nobody knows what is happening with Trump and all those amazing leaders we are experiencing here on Earth. And yes, it is a struggle, a game of power, and it is also a game where you are involved, everybody here, and it is really to how much of the lies you accept and what you're not accepting anymore. Are you living in a lie? And it's also about your personal life. Do you live really who you are, or do you live like a lie? That's very important. And this is a time to ask yourself more than ever, what defines me? What defines me? Is it my money? Is it my car? Is it my not having money? Or not having a partner or something? Not having the right job? Does this define me? That is an important question. And more people see it is not about the outer world that defines them. It is about their own choice. That's very important. And it is about your possessions. It is about your fears. It is a play of consciousness. And we are in the middle of it. We now have, when we look from an astrological perspective, Saturn and Neptune so close together. And Saturn speaks about structure, and Neptune is dissolution. And when they come together in Pisces, this is about the water, this is about emotions, this is about the need that something has to have a purpose and really make sense. That's really important in our life. And more people, they feel if their life makes no sense, it does not really work. It does not really work anymore. And we are now really reaching a top of this consciousness awakening process that is very, very important. And the masses no longer believe the old stories. The masses no longer believe maybe the lies of a lot of leaders like the one in the USA, but there are a lot of leaders worldwide, and the masses, they awaken more and more. And this is the fear of the deep state. This is the fear of the leaders, because when the masses awakes, then there's a lot of rebellion going on, and we will see more and more. Maybe this is the reason why now in DC this problem has shown up with the military force. And yes, and the elites, they are losing more and more their control. So it's really a very, very crucial time phase now. We will now also start the eclipse season in this amazing active year, we know. And this will be a very, very interesting eclipse. We will experience, there is first a lunar eclipse starting at the beginning of September. I think it's around 7 or 8 of September. And these energies, they really are not controllable, and mainly not for leaders. So the elites are losing more and more control. They try their best. Maybe the leaders will change, but the control of the deep state behind will continue. But this will come to an end. Maybe not next year, but it will. And mainly when we will have first contact with extraterrestrials, maybe in 2027, maybe before, when more is escalating here on Earth, and the risk for an atomic escalation will become very serious, then maybe extraterrestrials will show up earlier, because they are needed, because they will not allow the destruction of Earth. So if one or the other situation will become real, it does not matter so much. The most important is really that the elites, they lose their control, their kind of controlling the masses. But also it is needed that you start to awaken, that you start to really let go of those ideas, and also mainly to define yourself only of outer circumstances. So that's most important. And that's really, you can really relax and let go, and don't believe them anymore. Find your own inner power, your own inner source that always guides you. That's very important. And then the outside does not really matter so much. But we will see something significant will happen the next month. I'm sure it will. But we should prepare for this and for more chaos in on earth. Yes, I see it. But I also see the solutions. So don't lose yourself in too much fear. And if you really raise your frequency, allow yourself to find what really matters for you and your life, those inner values you have, and explore them and find your creativity, your gifts, and share them with the world. That's the most important. And then let the outside do this chaos story, and let it not matter yourself. Maybe we will also see a collapse of the US government bonds. You might know more and more is happening. And maybe this forces the Fed to directly introduce digital currencies. We don't know. Maybe this is a possibility because of all the problems that arise. And maybe they are really man-made, you can say. But don't lose yourself in this outside game. Don't lose yourself. Don't let yourself be too much involved in those outer control games. Really detach from them. Find yourself, find yourself, and really connect to your own energy. So this is most important. And yes, Canada, I'm ready. That's most important. And we see that those power games they are playing, those big leaders, that they are not really playing out the way they want. And more and more people really experience their own awakening, that they do not need those outer control mechanism anymore. They don't work anymore. For me, they don't work. Yes, okay, I live in Germany. I have to pay my tax and I have to do everything right to have here my company. But on the other side, this does not really be part of myself anymore. Yes, it is those outer orders and laws. Yes, of course, but it is not. It is not part of my my experience of life. Do you understand? So authenticity and genuine. Yes, that's most important. And sorry for my English. I'm feeling amazing. Yes, yes, yes. I also feel amazing. I feel so much more grounded and stable and more with myself than ever before. And that's a very, very important time phase now we will experience. And I will share also the astrology aspects with you for next month and the eclipse season. And also my insights. But these live streams are really to speak out those things in a creative way, you can say. And I hope you enjoy this too. So if you have any questions, you can ask me right here. And namaste and a big hello to everybody here. And please share your questions with me if you have any of them. And I have some from my German live stream. You know, I also have a lot of German subscribers in my German YouTube channel, and I do there every Sunday a live stream for years, for many years. And if you want, I can share some questions. But if you have any questions, please type them out here. And one of the questions is, Dear Sylvia, They always say we already had many incarnations. Do we get reborn whether we want to or not? Or can we also say, no, no, I don't want this anymore? And yes, my answer is yes, you are totally free. You can believe you are not free and maybe make the experience after your death, I'm not free. But this is because you are so strong in this belief. But when this fades away, when you are deaf, then you realize, oh, I'm free, I'm totally free. I can believe what I want. And, and my reality will show me what I believe. So, yes, you are always free to say, no, I do not want to incarnate anymore. But a lot of souls, they really enjoy enjoy those kind of lives because your soul is without end and is infinite. And so for the soul, it is totally fine to have maybe a short life here on earth, but make important experiences. Maybe you cannot make on other planets in other dimensions. So they are really very interesting in having a human life. So that's fine. And there is no punishment. Never, never, never. Never punishment. Next question. Dear Sylvia, lately there have been many videos about Jesus, especially in the USA. Some priests blessed people and they fell to the ground shaking. Have you seen something like this? They touch one and they are all falling back to the ground. What is that and what kind of energies are these? Yes, we can think when we see something like this, somebody, the priest is touching them and they are falling all apart. But this is a lot about belief. And yes, this person have a strong energetic focus that he wants that the people experience his strength, you can say, his energetic strength. And so he has a big intention and he believes maybe in him. And the people also believe in this, that the priest can do this. And then it is like a collective energy field they create. And so they connect to this energy and then they experience, they create this experience, you can say, of falling down. So this is not that this person has power over the priest has power over the persons. The only power he always have is when the people believe, when they believe what he is telling. That's the only power he has. It is a little bit like a mass psychological dynamic, you can say. Okay, in a dream, pulling a black spider out of my left ear. Anxiety has passed. Wow, amazing. Yes, you let the spider go out. That's okay. Okay, what happens with babies? They are new souls on earth, and I have a 10-month-old grandson and always wonder about his soul spirit. Why did he come now? Oh, they come now because it's really exciting now on earth because there's so much happening. And those new souls, they come from other star systems. And we see this mainly because they are really a little bit strange. They do not eat so much. Before this live stream, I had a German live call in my membership, and they told me there was a granddaughter, and she do not eat very much, and she has a little bit blue skin. Yeah, those new babies, they have other genes. They come from other star systems. They want to experience this here on Earth. So this is amazing what we will experience here. And everything is fine. Everything is fine. I love cooking and sharing my food with family to connect. That's amazing. Nice. I also like to cook for my family. This is really something I enjoy when they're all sitting there and eating. This is also connected astrology to Pushya. And I have a lot of planets in Pushya in the sign of Cancer. And this is about nourishing and nourishing others. And so your horoscope is really amazing to found these things, find it out. So if you want to have your Vedic horoscope, you can order it in our online shop. This is really very, very nice. Sylvia, are spirit guides a part of our subconscious, or are they real, existing outside our mind too? I seem to have a couple of spirits I speak to, but I am not sure if I made them up. Yes, we often think, oh, I make this up. That's not true. Spirit guides are real. Spirit guides are real. And spirit guides are not part of your energy field. They are separate. And they come and maybe they go. They come if they are needed. Maybe you start to become a healer. Then you might have spirit guides. They help you with healing because they have experience in healing, because maybe you do not have so much experience. Yes, you have a connection to your higher self. You are your higher self, and you have connections to God, you can say. But if there is a special individual task or a gift you want to experience and develop, then spirit guides, they help you. And I see till 12 spirit guides working with somebody together. Yes, that's possible. Okay, then next question I have. Do plants also have consciousness? What about when we grow flowers to sell as cut flowers or balcony plants? Isn't that killing them in the same way as animals for food? Or is it in the task of a plant to bring joy with its beauty? Plants are also so important for our health. How do you see plants? And I see plants as amazing big spiritual consciousness fields. A plant is not like a human or a dog or an animal, where you can say when I cut the plant, then this plant will die. No, the plant has not a consciousness like a human or an animal. It has an universal, collective consciousness. And I speak a lot with plants, so I know them really well. And it does not matter if you cut a flower and put it in a glass or something like this. And that's fine. And if you honor the plant and the nature, that's the most important. That's fine to do this. It's not about that you're killing something. And those healing effects plants have, they are not so much in the material, they are in the energy field of those plants. So we know also Bachblüten, what's the English name? I'm not sure now, but you know those medicines or homeopathy. This is also connected to the healing nature of plants. It's the energy of the plants that makes the healing. So that's the most important. So those plants, they are whole, and it does not matter. to cut them and to eat them, or to put them in on the table or something like this. And yes, it's also to really honor nature. That's important, and not to destroy nature. That's nature. You can see there's always big brother watching you, but big brother nature is watching you. You cannot do something without that. There is consciousness, and this consciousness also gives you a feedback. So this is like karma. It is karma, you can say. So this is always important. I went to see my son on the other side. Dad, I knew you were coming. How? Your higher self told me. Okay. Okay, next question. If the spiritual world is so helpful, why do so many people feel abandoned in times of crisis? Also important question. And this feeling of abandonedness, or to be abandoned, or this feeling of separation, is mainly because you yourself separate yourself from who you are. Because in truth, you are an amazing big spiritual being, and you are connected to all those fields, to all those energies, to the world, to the universe. You're totally connected. There is no part of you that is not connected with all of what is, with God. There's no part of you without God. And also not in the universe there's a part without God. But if you feel abandoned, this is because of your belief system. Your belief system creates your experience on earth. And if you believe, I'm not good enough, I'm not lovable, or something like this, then you really cut yourself from a part of your energy. You cut yourself away from a part of your energy, and then you feel loneliness. Then you feel there's no power, there's no energy, and you have cut your energy. But in truth, it's always there. It's only about opening the doors to who you really are. That's the most important. Will there be any severe natural disasters in the next 3 months in Maryland? William, I know people ask me those questions, but often if I make predictions, it's really possibilities. They do not have to become real. If I predict maybe an earthquake in a special region, but the possibility is high there. But we always, as a consciousness, as a collective consciousness, we decide how those energies will play out. So in Maryland, in the next 3 months, I'm not sure, but I do not resonate so much that something big might happen there. So yes, William. Okay. Harmony of the heart is a loving intention. Yes, but it's not so much about only the intentions. 111 person now sharing here the live stream. Amazing number. It's not so much about, it's intention is important, but more important is how you live yourself. Do you live in harmony? Do you create harmony? Do you create harmony inside you and outside you? That's the most important. 111, one, yeah. Okay. Mother Earth frequency shifting. Amazing, Larry. There's so much happening right now. Amazing big shifts on an energy level. Yes. Next question. How can I tell it is true spiritual guidance or only my wishful thinking? Also, a very important question. True guidance is mostly calm and clear, and you can feel it in your body. Your true intention opens the field. You can feel wide, you feel peaceful, there's warmth, a heart opening energy. And wishful thinking is often restless, it is pushing, and it often does not last so long. Wishful thinking. And guidance is independent of outer circumstances and also your personal desires. So this inner guidance might this inner calling might tell you, oh, I should do YouTube videos, and this must not be so easy. But you feel this is my inner guidance, this is my inner calling. I have to do this, so you should do it. It will give you so much back if you really trust your heart and do the things. Okay. How can I really know if I feel negative energies or if I am just in a bad mood? How can I really know if I feel negative energies or if I'm just in a bad mood? There is no big difference between a bad mood and negative energies. They are all both in low frequencies. And the most important is to ask yourself, why do I believe in those negative energies? Why do I have fear? Why I'm angry? Ask yourself, why am I in a bad mood? What is the reason? Why? Ask yourself this, because then you find a negative belief. There must always be a negative belief to have negative emotions. So ask yourself those things, and then you find out. So a bad mood is also the result of a negative belief, and there's no difference of negative energies to a negative belief. A negative belief creates negative energies. So it's one and the same, you can say. Next question. If I only have 5 minutes a day for spirituality, which one practice has the strongest effect? Breathing, prayer, or gratitude? And the most effective is if you only have 5 minutes. And this is really a crazy question because everything we live should be in a spiritual consciousness. Everything. If you drink, or if you cook, or if you wash your dish, or what else, you should do it all with awareness and not only say, oh, 5 minutes a day, I will do a spiritual practice. And the most important is really to check, to become aware what is happening right now in my life. This is the most important, more important than every prayer, to ask yourself, why do I feel angry now? Why am I in a bad mood right now? Ask yourself these questions. This is the most important, more important than everything else, than gratitude, prayer, or breath work, or something like this. So this is the most important. And then solve the problem by finding the root negative belief. And then your frequency rises and you find more excitement, more joy, and you are in a spiritual frequency all the day. So that's the best. And now the last question on my paper is, my grandma often appears in my dreams. How do I know if it's really her contacting me or if my subconscious just misses her? And if your grandma often appears in your dreams, then this is a very important message. And this means that it might be a real real contact experience, of course. And mainly if you feel uplifting and feel inner peace, then this means it's, yes, it is a real contact with the spiritual side, with your grandma. And also if it so often repeats. So I would say yes, 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 this is a real experience of your grandma. What is beginning worldwide? Will evil be blotted out? We have to understand, Elizabeth, that the evil or the deep state, or how you will name it, the most important is to really become consciousness of who we are and understand that we create those shadow aspects inside of us. And when we create them inside of us, they are reflected on the outside. It does not work in any other way because we live in an energetic universe, and everything we are, we experience because we are in the frequency of these energies. So the most important, Elizabeth, is to understand, to check your own feelings, to check your mood, to check what really happens in your life, what blocks you, what are your fears. This is the most important, Elizabeth. And beginning worldwide is this awakening process. And this brings a lot of chaos, but it brings the bad things to the surface, to solve it, to release it, to let it go, and to understand we do not need it. This is the most important, and we will see more upheavals will come the next month. More upheavals, more rebellion, more people will stand up. And maybe Donald Trump will not be president anymore. I'm not so sure, but I spoke about this astrological. I can see it in August, in September. There's a lot going on. In July, I also spoke about that there I see those roots that are really, they break away. And when this will unfold, we will see. This is something, it's difficult to say, but the next month I see there will something significant happen with those old structures breaking down. But it's about us to build up better things. Hi Sylvia, do you know anything about Ibogaine or Iboga? No, sorry, Shauna, never heard about that. Sorry. That which triggers you is a mirror showing you what you are denying inside yourself to be loved. Yes, that's totally true. I love your beautiful energy. Thank you so much. Steve. Thank you so much. The undesirable is building strength within our consciousness. Yes. So thank you so much of being part of this live stream. And there's one question here from Yazel starting. Hello Sylvia, does random sexual activity negatively affect my ascension? Most important, Yazel, it is not so much what you're doing, it is much more important from which consciousness you are doing things. And sexual activity is okay, is fine, but if you lose yourself by doing it and not really be conscious of your feelings and the reason why you connect, sexual activity is something holy, something really that we should really be very see it as something sacred. Yes, that's most important, and not to lose yourself. and this sacred field. So this is most important. So check why you need so much random sexual activity. Ask yourself. Rock City Girl, hi Sylvia. It will be nice to see you include African countries in your predictions. Yes, I would like to do more countries, but you can also be part of my membership, and there I have some. Sometimes I have live streams. Then you can ask me. This is a problem because my videos on YouTube, they are so long, and there's so much to say for all the world, and then it's really a problem to do all the countries. I love to do them, but it's a bit difficult. So thank you so much for being part, and do not forget, I love you. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe. If you're interested, you might know I have online courses, amazing online courses, where you can learn to shift your energy, to heal, to activate your mediumship abilities. You can book a first call for my online courses to check it out, how I can help you. And yes, and share my videos, and yes, have an amazing Saturday.